Our reasons for buying a bus are probably a lot different than most people that are doing school bus conversions because
we're older.
We're like 3 decades older than most people that convert school buses.
Yeah, it's mostly young couples. Yeah.
After 26 years of marriage and raising 2 boys.
Yeah, well, we're still working on that part.
We're grabbing our cameras to have some fun. Photography, travel, parenting, marriage, and life.
Let's get real about all of it.
Oh, and did we mention we're converting a school bus too? I'm Trish.
I'm Steve.
And together,
we're Team Rawls.
I'm not going to remember what's on there.
All right, we'll say we made a list.
We made a list.
So
what are
we are talking about why we bought this bus. So we've had mixed reactions. Like some people, we tell that we bought a bus and they're like, "Oh my God, that's so cool!" And then other people are like, "Are you crazy?" The people that say that's so cool walk around the corner and say,
"Oh, I wish we did that."
No, they say they're so crazy.
Oh,
that's stupid.
That's probably right.
So we're gonna give you guys our reasons why we did this, in no particular order.
We wrote them down.
Yeah. All right. First reason is that we want to travel to find a retirement spot. Well, we've lived in the town we live in for 20 years, and we love it. We've raised our kids here, but it is getting somewhat more expensive. So we kind of want to explore and see if there's other places we might want to move when we retire. And we may end up back here. I don't know. We'll see. But we just kind of want to keep our options open.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the number 2 reason is because we're sort of frugal travelers. We don't like spending a lot of money on hotels. On the other hand, we also don't like staying in a dump.
No.
So
I know we'll plan a trip and it'll be like for 2 nights it'll be $700. Like we're just gonna sleep there.
Yeah.
But then again, when you go on vacation, you want to stay somewhere like nicer than your own house. Otherwise, it doesn't feel like a vacation. Number 3. Because of that, we looked into RVs, and RVs are super expensive, and they all kind of look the same. I mean, it's fine for some people, but Steve and I are both really creative, and we just kind of felt like we wanted something more creative, different. And so the bus fit the bill.
Well, something we could put our own touch on.
Yeah.
Number 4, lugging camera gear. Oh my gosh, could I tell you some stories about lugging camera gear? We go on a vacation and we take a bunch of cameras and we don't really have a place to put them, and we don't like leaving them locked up in a car and having to lug it all around with us. So if we travel in the bus is our home. So the camera gear stays with us in our home.
And allows us to bring more things. With the bus, we can put stand bags, we can put lights, we can put whatever we might want to use on the road for whatever kind of shoot we'd want to do. Number 5, and this might be the most important one, is it's a project we can do together. Steve can pretty much figure out how to do anything. Like he's done electrical, he's done plumbing, can do all the wiring on the mechanics, he knows how to work on engines, he can do carpentry. I mean, he grew up with his dad, they figured it out. The creative part of it just sounded really fun. And like I said earlier, we always wanted to build a house, and it just never was financially in the cards. I mean, we could have made it in the cards. We could have done it, but we never really wanted to be house poor. And so we chose to just buy houses and renovate. So we have that in our blood. We're constant DIYers, but so we just thought we'd put it to the bus.
Yeah.
We're going to throw in a bonus reason. Remember our bonus reason?
Are we at 5 yet?
Yeah, we did 5.
Oh, we did 5?
Yeah.
Oh.
So our bonus reason, and this kind of goes along with number 5, but we've had 5 houses and we've basically fixed all of them up. I say we. Steve's pretty much fixed all of them up. I paint, but he pretty much does everything else. But what always happened was at the last few months when we know we're going to sell it, we frantically do all these things to it and then we'd sell it. And it's like, man, you did all that work. But with the bus, we'll do all the work and we can keep it. So no matter where we end up, if we end up buying a piece of land and building a house, or if we stay in Fredericksburg or wherever we go, we can just keep the bus. It could be an Airbnb or something. So it's kind of nice. We're doing all this work knowing that we won't be selling it and leaving it.
And of course, we have to find the right nursing home that will allow us to park the bus at the nursing home.
Yeah, actually, so our reasons for buying a bus are probably a lot different than most people that are doing school bus conversions because
we're older.
We're like 3 decades older than most people that convert school buses.
Yeah, it's mostly young couples. Yeah.
So the other thing we wanted to talk about was after we decided to do school bus, what we looked for in a school bus, because and I don't even know whose idea this was. You
It was
say it's
yours.
my idea.
It was your idea.
Yeah, I think it was my
It was
idea.
your idea. I spent a whole lot of time, way too much time on the internet researching, and we knew that we couldn't do a short bus because it just didn't have enough space. But we didn't want to do a 40-foot bus because you're very limited about where you can take that bus. A lot of the national parks want to allow, I think, longer than 30 feet or something like that.
And that's just a beast to drive.
Yeah, and so we had looked at a bus in Austin that we thought was going to be right, but it was a conventional, which means the engine sat out front. And even though it was 29 feet long, we only had about 19 feet of interior space.
Yeah.
So
and we came home from that day in Austin, and we took masking tape in the barn, and we masked it all out, and it just was like, this is not going to work.
It's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
Just didn't have enough space. We settled on a flat nose bus, which is what Bob here is a flat nose bus. And he's 29 feet long, so he's underneath the 30-foot max that we were trying to stay within. And we don't have, since we don't have the engine out front, we ended up with about 28 feet of interior space. Because it's a flat nose, it has a very sharp turning radius, so we can turn this thing around on a dime.
Yeah.
And
So because the wheelbase is
the
pretty close
wheelbase is
together.
real close together.
Yeah.
And you sit in front of the front axle and in front of the front tires, so you can turn it around.
Yeah.
You know, pretty, and it's easy to park and easy to get around in. Yeah.
So it was mid-size, flat front. The other thing we looked for too was ceiling height, because Steve is 6 foot. And a lot of them were like 73 inches height inside, but by the time you add a floor, then, we didn't want Steve to have to go in here like this.
Yeah.
So we looked out, we found
It's
this one that was 75.
75, I think.
Tall.
So I can stand up in it.
Yeah,
After we do
fine.
all of our renovations, I'll be able to stand up in it.
And there are people that do roof raises. We've seen roof raises before, but we just didn't want to have to do that.
We didn't want to deal with that.
Yeah. It wasn't really a requirement, but we just kind of lucked out with this one that had all these doors. So we're sitting in the back emergency exit door, but then there's also a wheelchair door right there. And then there's another door on that side, and then a door on that side.
Yeah.
It just gives us lots of room for creativity, and
And we've never seen, in all of our searching, we've never seen a bus like this. This one has 4 doors actually.
4 doors.
Yeah.
5 if you count the actual main door.
Yeah. It has a Caterpillar 3126B engine in it, which is a good engine. It has 145,000 miles on it, which seems like a lot of miles, but for a diesel it's not. It has an Allison, gosh, I don't remember the model number on the transmission, but it's not the 545, because in my research I had read that the 545 was not a very good transmission to do what we want to do, to travel in the hills and the mountains and stuff like that. So.
And he did a lot of research on the engines, school bus engines, and what we should look for, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the update. We'll keep you guys updated on what we're doing. Right now we're working on getting this floor out. We've done a few things, which I'll give you a little video update. We've taken stickers off and stuff like that. But anyway, we'll keep you updated on the bus progress, and subscribe. Remember, we're going to be talking about more than just the bus. We're going to be talking about lots of things, photography and travel and parenting, marriage, whatever we feel like talking about. So anyway, follow us. Love you guys.